So today I'm gonna show you how to use the theme tools, theme map wizard to show the assignment result. So today we're gonna show you both how to use color theme and size theme. We're gonna use it together to show the output of the assignment, which is including flow, and we'll see here. That's a critical part we want to visualize in Transcat. So right now you can see after assignment, everything just looks the same. And then my setup for highway street right now is I'm using selection. So now I can show you the color theme. So in color theme, we go to VOC. And the class is automatically the category of colors we're using is 8. We can just use the default here. And then we go to style. We can see style is from red to green. We know for VOC, the larger numbers are, the more congestion is, because that's the flow over capacity, right? So if the number is over 1, that means the flow is over capacity is more than 1, means there's congestion, right? So here what we want is actually swept start and end. Use the green color as the no congestion number, and then the red color is a congestion part. That's what we want, right? So we apply and we click OK. So right now, because I have the selection here, Transcat doesn't deal with the multiple layer thing. So what we do is we need to inactive all the layers so that the layer of the theme gonna show up. So that's important if you're using the selection. If you're using theme, you need to delete the old theme to show the new one. So that's why I want you guys to know how to use the selection, because you don't need to delete your old one to show the new theme. And there is no option for theme to turn it up or down. So you have the theme and you use it. If you don't have the theme, you have selections. You still have selections to show the color. You can turn it up and down. Okay, so now what we want is to use the size to show how much flow we have on each link. So what we got was the AB flow and BA flow. And if we click apply right now, we can see it's already showed up, right? But look at those links, 310 to 320, 320 to 352, and also those other local links, they're all black. That is bad map. So what we're gonna do is adjust it. So lower value, we adjust in the symbol size here. So low value, which is 0. We set low value as size 2. We set high value as a size 8, and then we see what happened. Okay. Now we click OK, and the legends is changing with us. So now we can see the direction is actually have different color. So that means one way is close to congestion. I mean the 210 to 310 to 320, and the other way is not. So that's what we want. So now what we can do is we can apply flow here. We apply it, we click OK. Now we can see the specific number assigned on each link on each direction. Direction here is very, very important, because in your validation, like I'm going to show later on, if your validation give you the wrong direction, your conclusion is going to be totally off. So direction here is very important. We need to control that. So now I'm going to show you how to input the observation value and how to do the GEH analysis here. So in your current um, setup, I believe you don't have the column of AB, OBS, VA, OBS, and ABGH and BAGEH. And if you click data view table and modify right now, you will see Transcat give you a warning says it's a joined table and you can't modify it. That's because the output from the trip assignment is automatically joined your your highway street table, and a modified table, a joined table is not going to allow you to add or delete any column. So what we need to do is first we need to go to table and we need to drop join. To drop join, we need to first not make sure we're not using any data from the other table. So what we need to do is we need to delete and remove the theme. We need to remove the theme. And we also need to remove the label because the flow is from the output of the trip assignment, right? So what we need to do is go back to user identity and apply and click OK. And make sure we close the window, the output from it. And now it's cleaned. So right now, if we go to table and we drop join, we click it, we click drop. Okay, it's not refreshed. Do I have anything open? If your transcat show you the same thing, what you can do is you can close the map first. And then you can go back to the map, drag it in, and then test if your table still joined or not. Okay, so now it's not joined, it's automatically dropped for you. And now you can go to data view and table to go modify, add those 4 columns. Add your AB and BA observation and AB and BA GEH analysis. Okay, so now we need to input the observation to the transcat, which is here. Where is it? Okay, so here, this table is the table we're using for input. Make it on the side to side to show you. Okay. So the easiest way to show the observation, so okay, it's because I already have it, so I'll just apply it. So see, I have some of input, I don't have the other. I'm gonna show you how to input those number correctly. So in transcat, the AB and the BA direction is confused most of the time. That's why in the data view, we need these 2 columns from ID to ID to tell you which is A, which is B. From ID is always A, to ID is always B. So from to is always from this node to this node. This is A, this is B. Make sure you know that, make sure every step you check for it. So what we have here, for example, remember what we always do is group code, group it. And then when you look at the data view, you will never know which link is which. So right here, what we do is we still use a selection, like what we said before. We set up the selection, we make it active. And then Okay, see, I know this link I didn't input the observation, so I click it, and it's gonna show the red mark for me. And in this data view, you're gonna see there is a red mark, right? So what we can do is we can change it, only have selection of that red mark one. And then we can see this link is labeled for me, and I will not confuse it with any other link. And then now, if you look at this, is from 310 to 320. So 310, 320 is the link right here. From 310 to 320, on right side of the way, you see 300 observation. It's a 300 vehicle. And on the opposite direction, 320 to 310 is 50. So right here, 310 is A, 320 is B. From A to B is 300. So AB here, you input 300. And BA here, you input 50. And you're done. And after that, you click this red mark again, and your record disappeared because it's not in the selection anymore. See, the selection number here says 0. And then you go back to your map. You use your mouse, scroll it to refresh the map. And then you can see the number here is set it. So now we try another one. We try 320 and 352. So what we do is simple. We click it. It's red marked. And we go back to this table data view. It's marked for you. So it says this link is 352 to 320. So we go and find 352 to 320. 352 to 320. If we go up on right, when we drive up, we are on right side of the road, and the 50 is 352 to 320 is the value of observation is 50 here. So A to B is 50. And B to A is 300. See? And now we uncheck it. We see it again. Yes. So we refresh it and we see it. And this makes sense. Why? When you drive from 350 to 310, there's only one way you can find, and 50 here and consistent with 50 here. That makes sense. And the other way is 310 to 320 is 300, and 320 is 352 is 300 as well. So that makes sense. So that means your input is right. You need to always check it. Always check it. Just make sure you're not mistake on this. So next we can do one more, just to do it for fun. 352 and 220. We click it. And here we can find it. So this definition of link is 220 to 352. 220 to 352. So we start from 220. On right side is 700. That means AB direction is 700. And the opposite is 75. And then we go back to the map. We check if it's exactly like what we're showing here. That's great. So now we uncheck it. It's gone. You can uncheck it on the map or in the data view, doesn't matter. Okay, so that's how you do the input. Let's see all records, and I always still go by the code and see. Some of the values I already did, some of values I didn't. Just in case you don't know how to pull out the from to ID, we still need to modify it in the unjoined data view. what we do is we go data view, we go formula fields, and there is a node fields option on the side. You click both. And what you do for node fields is you select ID, and when you click OK, you will see these two columns showed up here. I'm not going to do it again. Okay, so after you input every observation values in your Transcat, you need to show me this map. Need to be number by number match with this observation map professor provide. Notice this map is actually have a couple of problems. One is about this zone 8 that should be stick out, so this is wrong. And here is missing one link value here from 150 to 7. So that link should be the same number. You can use my Transcat to check. It should be 1700 and 1300. So some of you, I guess, you will have different node ID from my map or from the professor's map. See, my map actually have different ID here. I have 305 for zone 1, and professor's map has 348 for zone 1. But it doesn't matter as long as you use the right way to check AB and BA. What your input should reflect on the map should be exactly the same as the number he has now. So after we have all the input of AB and BA, we calculate the GEH with AB observation and AB flow. So because I didn't draw, I don't have the output from the trip assignment, I'm going to bring it back so I can show you how to bring that table back. So like we did before, is we need to be very clear where did we storage our result. And this bin file, bin file, this is what we have, what we saw before. We drag it in, and you can see it right here. It's AB and BA. But this data view will not give you any more information about link. This is the output from the trip assignment. The only ID you can find here is the link ID. So that's one by one match with this ID here. So what we can do is we can go to map, go to data view, go to table, go to join. And because you only have 2 tables opened, so Transcat automatically puts a new name as highway street plus link flow. So highway street is the default map what you have in Transcat with your map, and this link flows is the result from the trip assignment. And what you have here is the ID match with ID1. I can show you later about that ID1. Anyway, you click OK. And then they automatically post another map, another data view here, which is highway street plus link flow. And in this map, if you use fill, it's going to let you do the formula. So you can calculate GEH analysis result in Transcat. Or my suggestion is you don't use Transcat, you copy the whole thing out to Excel and you calculate the GEH analysis in Excel. And then you make sure you ordered everything by group code, and you can bring the data back in Transcat. Why I suggest that is because when you fill from Transcat, the formula will not stay with your work. if you close the transcat once. So after, for example, after you finish calculating GEH in transcat, and then you closed everything. And then when you reopen, what you're gonna have here is only the number, is pure number. Like when we calculate travel time, what we have after we close the transcat is when we fill that, the previous formula here will be empty. So if you want to keep your work checkable, you should use transcat. You should use Excel instead of transcat. That's my final advice. So good luck with your project. I'm not going to show you the function here. You can find it on professor's website. Professor stated very clear in task 5, you need to use GEH on every link. So you have to input observations, and I think it's do it in transcat. It's going to be much easier than do it by hand, you know. So that's it.